I'm life and business coach Samantha Sifring, and this is the Online Business Building Mamas podcast, where you learn how to build a wildly successful business from home while raising kids. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to sell when you're new. This is a question I see all the time online in the online business world, and I wanted to just give you my opinions. I feel like I always see posts that are asking about this, and I have a lot of opinions. So I typed them up and I'm making them into a podcast for you. So I hope that this will really help those of you who are newer to business or are maybe making a pivot in what you are offering and feeling like you are selling something that you're kind of new to. So the question that I saw specifically was, how do you get those first few clients before you have testimonials and a success track record? I think this is a great question. Every single potential customer out there is wondering one thing: will it work for me? And so many of us are sold on things because of social proof. It worked for someone else, so it will probably work for me. I think a lot of new entrepreneurs are tripped up by this question of how to sell when you don't have that social proof yet. But obviously, getting past it is how you eventually are able to create the business that you want to have. So if you don't move past this phase, you're never going to sign clients and make money. And you're thinking, I need to sign clients and make money before I can move past this phase. So I want this episode to really give you the inspiration to go out there and sign those first few clients if you haven't already. Today, I'm going to be giving you 3 ways to sell when you are new to offering what you are offering right now. There isn't a one-size-fits-all answer to this question, but these are the 3 suggestions that I give most commonly to my clients, and I will always advise them on which I see as their strongest option. So I'm going to give you some guidelines to figuring out which one is going to be your best option. So option 1, answer the objections. Truly, like all the things that you're afraid that they are going to ask you on the call, like, why are you qualified? Have you helped somebody with this before? I want you to find your honest answer and really take the time on your own to answer these questions. Some of my clients have this idea that they're totally brand new to what they're offering when that isn't even true. Often they did this exact thing either in the corporate space or as a volunteer or in another entrepreneur's business. I know that was the case for me. I had helped business growth and marketing growth happen at every job that I had ever had in my life. I even worked for a nonprofit and developed an entire marketing plan that took the project that I was overseeing from being a money suck that was pulling resources out of the nonprofit into being something that was profitable, and it was bringing money into the nonprofit. That is the kind of thing that when I first started as a business coach, I was like, well, have I really helped other people? Like, I haven't had business coaching clients yet. Like, I've been a life coach and I've gotten clients and worked with clients there, but have I really helped somebody else in their business? And I realized, oh yeah, I have. Every role I've ever had, I've been helping the person grow their revenue and improve their marketing. So this happens a lot with my clients as well. And I think it's a matter of acknowledging what's already there. So this can be the only work that you actually need to do to start selling. And that's because your lack of confidence right now in what you're offering is making your selling weak. Your confidence in a sales conversation can make or break whether you close the sale. So reminding yourself of the confidence and the experience that's already there can mean the difference in how that sales conversation goes. What is most important here is to find your honest answer. Don't make up something that doesn't feel true to you. I don't want you to lie and pretend that you have qualifications you don't. But I also know that most of you tend to downplay your qualifications instead of overplaying them. So just have an honest conversation with yourself about how much experience do I have doing this? Option 2 is to work for free. So several of my clients have started off taking a small number of free clients. I actually used to be against free clients because of the experience I had with mine. I had worked as a life coach for several years before I launched my own business. And when I first started, I took on free clients and then was like really annoyed, which I shouldn't have done, right? I look at that and I'm like, oh, I already had the experience. I was option 1. I needed to remember the experience that I had instead of working for free. But I really think that this option is very smart for many people. I think especially for those of you who are starting a coaching business, this is a great option. If the person that you're going to work with is going to be the first person that you've ever done this work with, it's the first time that you've ever coached with a real client, they're essentially a guinea pig. And working for free is a great idea. You'll get to build up the confidence and you can walk away with a killer testimonial to get started. This isn't applicable to all businesses though. I think, for instance, if you're a virtual assistant, a graphic designer, a web developer, these are all types of clients that I have as well. We know right away that the person's going to be receiving something of value from you, no matter how new you are. And I think that they should definitely pay for it and not get it for free. Whenever I see people out there offering like free graphic design, free branding for the next 5 people, I'm like, please don't. Or like free virtual assisting hours for a testimonial. I'm like, stop. They should definitely pay. Somebody who's not going to pay you for your work is not going to give you a great testimonial, in my opinion. This brings me to option 3, which is charge less. Be willing to start low and work up. I know this is crazy. This is like not something business coaches usually say. There's so many business coaches out there telling you to charge what you're worth and charge more. I've just seen the flip side of that, which is a lot of people who are very confused about what to charge because they have what they're comfortable charging and then what they think they should charge based on what they've heard other people say. And there's a huge difference between those two things. And they're confusing their worth as a human being with how much they charge. Those two things are very different. I'd rather see you undercharge and be completely confident that you're going to over deliver than to see you charge a rate where you're not confident, because in only one of those you'll sign a client and in the other you often will not sign a client. And what's great about this when you start low is that you can work up incrementally every time you get a yes or after 5 yeses at that level. There's so many different ways to work up from there. But I think you'll have such a better foundation for your business when you've started lower than maybe you want to be or think you should be, and you just knock it out of the park serving that client. They're blown away at the value they got for what they paid. It just feels so good to sell that versus selling something where you're a little iffy on, are they even going to get a result? How confident am I? That doesn't feel good to sell. And most of us aren't good at selling that. Also, there have definitely been times in my business where I have undercharged, and it has been like a strategy. Like, it's been a strategy for me to undercharge, and then the momentum that I've built by that infusion of cash was a way bigger boost for me than charging a higher rate. So I think it's just a really helpful strategy to use, especially when you're first starting out. So these are the 3 options. Answer the objections. Make sure this is not just your negative self-talk, totally downplaying experience you already have. Work for free, or charge less, be willing to start low and work your way up. All right, I have a bonus idea for you. Here is a crazy, crazy way that I got clients before I had tons of testimonials and a track record of financial success among my clients. Be valuable and help them in advance. Once I heard Brooke Castillo, one of my amazing mentors, say that the best way for people to know that you can help them is for you to help them. It's so simple, right? I love it. I signed tons of my first business coaching clients after being a life coach for a couple years by being the most valuable comment in the thread in Facebook groups. Sometimes it was the person I responded to, but often it was actually someone else who saw my comment in the thread, saw the value, thought it was amazing, and reached out to me. If you're able to give value and help them in advance, they will know that you can help them and they will pay you. Even still, I really make my content that I put out there to all of you something that you could take and implement and get results from before we even start working together. And I know the people who do that, who either get a mental shift or a shift in their business results, but like something changes, they get results from my free content, those people are going to be my best clients. Those people are going to know before we even start working together that I can help them. They're going to be the easiest consults I do. I love these people. These people are you. I love delivering content this way, delivering value this way, selling this way. It feels so good and it is so easy. I'm not out there cold messaging strangers. I am out there giving the very, very best, getting you results ahead of time before we even work together. It is my preferred way to sell. And I think it will be yours too. Honestly, despite the fact that I have a large audience and a huge track record of success now with clients, people love my testimonials on my website, I still think results ahead of time is the secret sauce of how I continue to consistently sign tons of clients. I think my wait list is out until May now, and it's February right now. It's crazy. I think the shift in thinking that I create in my potential clients, in my audience, is really what makes the difference. It's the impact they get personally from the value that I put out. It's the money that they made already from my free training. It's the goals they're already hitting. It's the consults they already booked, the clients they already signed. It's the technique they tried from my podcast that resulted in exactly what they wanted to create. So I encourage you to not just think about these other options, but to really think about the value, the help that you're putting out there in advance. It is the best way to sell. All right, this one was short and sweet. I just want you to get out there and implement. I want all of you to go get yourself a client this week. If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me over in my program, Mama to CEO. There's you, and there's the consistent income you want to make in your business, and I help you remove everything standing in between. It's lifetime access for mastering your marketing, sales, time, and everything else you need to have the business and life you really want. Whether it's making your first 1,000 or 100,000, I can help you do it. To join, go to mamatoceo.com, mamatoceo.com.